大家好，我是 Perry。现在中国有句话叫做"逃离北上广"。今天我们问问纽约人，看看纽约人想不想逃离纽约？要知道吗？好，走了，走了。
I would say the pros is that there's always something to do. There's always a lot going on, and there's so many different kinds of people here.
If you like people, you come here, there's so many. You know, if you like food, come here, there's so many.
That's good and bad. It's overwhelming, but at the same time, there's so much opportunity and choices to be made.
The good is, yeah, there's always something to do. There's so much creativity, so many museums, and so many different cultures. But also, I feel like when you're lonely in New York City, it's hard also because you feel very secluded from everything. At the same time, there's a lot of people, but because there's so many people, sometimes it's hard to find your own niche.
There's people everywhere, so like if you want a me day and you keep running into people, and so like, which I guess it can also be a con because then you're never lonely.
I would say one of the cons is that it's really expensive. Finding an apartment is hard.
Your budget becomes very tight, so then that kind of limits what you can do.
It's also stressful because there's so many people competing to get jobs.
Yeah.
And also it is super expensive, and it is such a big city, sometimes it's hard to find smaller groups.
If you want to keep living here, you got to keep thriving. So it motivates me. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, this place is dirty, yeah, but it's beautiful.
You're never at a loss for something to do or somewhere to eat or people to see. There's always so much going on. It's really the city that never sleeps.
Do you feel like you're happy to stay here, or you feel like you'd rather live in a smaller city?
It goes up and down. I feel like I still need to grow a lot more and learn about myself and the city and where I belong.
For now, I'm definitely glad to be here, but I think about all the time, because I don't think I'm going to live here forever. I might move away and come back, but I think about where I would go. And probably somewhere quieter, just to change it up. You know, I came from a quieter place, came to a really busy place, probably go to a quieter place next.
I don't want to be in one place all my life, in one life. You know, I want to be in different places.
I grew up in Madrid, which is another big city, but then I moved to suburbs, and I did not like the suburbs then. So I wanted to be back with like lots of people, easy transportation, and then like lots of food options.
I definitely want to stay in New York, especially for the career opportunities here versus anywhere else in the world. And it's so fun.
Yeah, 100% gonna stay here.
No, I'm really torn about that actually, because I really value being in nature, so that's been hard for me. And I didn't really realize that until I lived here, because I'm from like being surrounded by trees and woods.
Quality of living on a day-to-day basis, I think is a lot less than living anywhere else. So it's difficult. You know, grocery shopping can take 2 hours out of your day, where before it took a half hour, you know, from if I had a car to drive, and if the line wasn't so long and crowded.
There's a big change from Jersey. Jersey is like a garden. It's pretty, it's calm, clean. Come over here, it's like Gotham. You know, it's like black and dark and sketchy alleys, you know, so it's different, but you gotta appreciate light and dark.
And you accept that when you move here. You can't move here and like constantly complain about it, you know. You know what you're getting into, is all I'm saying.
Like in Beijing, China, there's so many people trying to get into the city because of the schools and job opportunities that they have to, they regulate how many people can come in by issuing city citizenships. If you don't get a city citizenship, then hospitals are higher price, you can't buy a house.
I don't think that's fair. I don't know, I think the city is meant for everyone and to keep the doors open because, I don't know, that's what a city's for. Just make it bigger, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's not the easiest to make it here, but everyone deserves a shot to try.
I see that kind of as a like downside or like a negative thing. I don't know, because I like the fact that you can just go anywhere and then also and you still keep the benefits of the country that you're in, rather than having to reapply or redo that.
I know in New York you can come here from almost anywhere, I'm assuming, and there's work for you. Like, even what I'm doing now, I'm doing bicycle delivery.
A place like New York, I feel like so many different people live here on all levels. So I don't know, I feel like in that way, I think people should have the same opportunities.
I think everybody should have an opportunity. So, and it's like a spectrum. So if you're cutting that opportunity in half, I think there's something wrong with that. Somebody having an opportunity creates more opportunity for other people. So why do you cut that in half? Or why would you try to limit people from having opportunities? This doesn't make sense.
I mean, in a place like New York, it's already hard enough just to get by. So like that definitely wouldn't be good if it happened here.
That wouldn't be cool. I wouldn't like that. But I do think that the flip side to that with New York is that so many people do want to be here and there isn't something like that in place. And so because there's such high demand, rents rise. I'd say that's like probably, and it's just so competitive here, but no, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like something like that.
You'd rather let it happen organically than like regulation?
Yeah.
Last question is, top 3 places to come visit in New York City?
Here?
Yeah, Washington Square Park, because this is like our campus, but also, as you guys can obviously tell, it's highly populated with all types of New Yorkers.
The piers. I love the piers looking over the Hudson onto New Jersey.
I like personally believe that the cliche tourist places are actually like good to go to if you don't like live here. So if you're like coming here for a week, I actually like would suggest going to like the Statue of Liberty and like Times Square, but also like for like a day, you know what I mean?
For like a hot second,
then,
go to Times Square, but not really.
Definitely the museums, like the Brooklyn Museum, you know, not like as crazy as the Museum of Natural History.
You can go in any neighborhood, any block, there's something there, and that's great. Wherever you go in the city.
Always try Joe's Pizza. That was something that was recommended to me. Like,
You're not.
But like, it's
Do not go to Joe's Pizza if you come to Manhattan. That's a bad tourist spot.
No, I think it's like it's like a good like local like hidden gem.
Pizza's okay. You know,
Just okay?
Yeah, a lot of people would probably say otherwise. Pizza's okay.
Pizza and bagels are really good here because the water in New York has different properties, I don't know, than other parts.
Minerals and stuff like
Yeah, minerals, so it makes the dough rise more, and so the bagels and the pizza are really good.
Anything you want to say to Chinese people? Young Chinese college students?
Come to New York City, it's fun.
Yeah.